This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'd like to be joined by unified super lightweight champion Josh Taylor. Josh, May 22nd, Undisputed World Championship, Las Vegas. How does it feel now that it's finally there, penciled in?
Oh, Ryan, I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I think you must have saw from my reaction yesterday. You know, I was just I flew through training yesterday. You know, it was a real tough session last night, but I breezed through it because I was on such a good high and a spring in my step and I'm buzzing, mate.
Now, Josh, there was a bit of talk about whether we were going to be able to get any sort of fans, whether this fight would be behind closed doors. I spoke to Bob Arum yesterday, and he said to me they are going to try and not only get fans there, they're going to try and get fans over from the UK as well. Does that make it that bit sweeter for you that you might have people being able to come over from Scotland and England to come cheer you on as well?
Yeah, of course. You know, I'm not going to hold my breath because I don't want to be disappointed and stuff. You know, I would love for the fans the travel restrictions to be lifted and love for the fans to go over. You know, obviously with being a part of a couple of big fights myself underneath Carl Frampton, you know, at stablemate, you know, and seeing the travel and support that he had, you know, and then interaction with his fans after the fight and the day after the fight, you know, that is something that I would really love to do and sort of replicate, you know, and for my own fan base, you know. So if we can get fans over, that would be brilliant. That would be the icing on the cake for me.
On the fight itself, Josh, you and I caught up after Jose Ramirez fought Victor Postel. You told me you weren't particularly impressed with what you'd seen in that fight. What have you seen in Jose that you can feel exploit?
I've seen loads of things, Ryan. Loads and loads of things, mate. I'm not going to sit and say, you know, on tape here. I'll tell you halfway off camera what I think. No, a lot of things, mate.
Oh, Josh, I've seen you say that you don't think this fight will be as difficult as the Regis Prograis fight. That's not to say it won't be a difficult fight at times. Do you expect to win this fight inside the distance?
Yeah, I expect to win this fight. And do I think I can knock him out? Absolutely. Absolutely think I can knock him out. You know, for things that I've seen, you know, it's just, what I meant by it being an easier fight was not particularly an easier fight. It's a totally different fight. You know, it's tactically, it's a completely different fight from Prograis. You know, I think tactically it's a wee bit more straightforward than the Prograis fight. So, yeah, I'm real confident coming out on top.
Oh, Josh, you win this fight. You're undisputed world champion, World Boxing Super Series winner. I've known you for some time now. What do you think the Josh Taylor that turned professional in 2015 would think of where Josh Taylor is right now?
I think he would be, you know, in awe of what he was achieved, and look at him as if to say, "Wow, that's where I want to be in, you know, 4 or 5 years' time. If he can do it, then how can I not do it?" Sort of thing, you know. If I was from the same era in Scotland and that, you know, it is mental how much, like, I didn't take the time to sort of acknowledge my achievements in the sport until the lockdown there, until I had a bit of time to myself to sort of sit and relax and chill out and have a look at my career, have a look back at what I've done in a short space of time and achieved, you know, when I was sitting in the house and looking at all the belts, and, you know, I'm thinking, wow, you've fucking done all right, Josh, you know, you've done all right, wee man. So, yeah, it's, I think a younger me would be really inspired from looking at myself now.
You used to write on that piece of paper, Josh Taylor, future world champion. You got the IBF belt and you didn't stop there. You kept going, unified and almost undisputed now. Have you surpassed even your wildest dreams at this point?
I'm not surpassed my wildest dreams, no. I believe this one here is like my biggest dream, my ultimate dream fight, you know, becoming undisputed champion. This fight is the biggest one that I could ever imagine, mate. You know, it's this is the one that I leave my legacy and my name in history, and going down as one of the best fighters to do it, you know, in Scotland and in Britain, you know, and just leaving my mark in history and putting Scotland on the map, you know, and I'm really proud to represent my country and keeping it on the map and where I'm from. So this fight for me is just humongous. It's not just the fight itself, it's everything that comes with it, is in terms of achievements and self-satisfaction, and, you know, I'm just got the bit between my teeth, and I'm going to make sure I do everything I can to win this fight.
Josh, something you and I have spoken about before is how well or how difficult it is for you to make £140. I saw in the media a while ago you were saying that you're making the weight a lot better these days. You even think you can make 135 at a push. Can you tell us a bit about what those changes have been, why it's a bit less difficult these days to keep at 140?
Well, it's just that I'm obviously a little bit more clued up on my nutrition kind of stuff now, but I'm getting a help. I've got a new team around me where I'm getting help. So the way I'm training, the way I'm resting, recovering, and what I'm eating, bringing nutritionists on board. Before I was doing everything myself, with no help, so I was doing everything myself and doing everything the old school kind of way, in making weight and all that kind of eat less, move more kind of method. But this way, the way I'm making weight now, I've never ate so much in my life. I'm drinking so much water. I'm so hydrated. I'm sleeping more. I'm resting more. I'm recovering better. So I'm just making the weight easier. I'm like less stressed out. I'm less cranky. I'm less moany, and the weight's just falling off me, and everything's just falling in place just nicely. So I'm making the weight really comfortably.
Bob, yesterday when I spoke to him, was talking about what could come for the winner of this fight. He said Terence Crawford's an option. They could defend the undisputed title at 140 against anyone they fancy, really. I know you. Is the dream of you win this fight to go and defend those 4 belts at Edinburgh Castle?
Yeah, that's one. I get this big fight out of the way. I then set new goals and new targets. I have a big fight at Edinburgh Castle. For a world title fight in the middle of the summer with the castle lighting up in the background, the sunset in the back, and castle lighting up. It'd just be an epic event. It would be just one for the history books, and I think a one-off event. So it would be something special. That.
Josh, I appreciate you got a lot of media to do, so I'm going to leave the final word to you. For all the fans that are considering coming and taking the trip out there to cheer you on, everyone that will be watching at home as well, what would you like to say to them ahead of this fight, May 22nd?
Just thank you, everybody, for the continued support up to now at this point. And I promise, I'm going to put on the best show possible, and I'm going to bring these belts back to you if you can't get out. But if you can get out, we'll get out there. And we'll have a good time. We'll win the fight, and we'll all meet up after the fight and have a good time.
All right, Josh, thank you for your time, mate. Good luck with the rest of your media today. I'll catch up with you soon. All right, pal.
Cheers, Ryan.